my name is Presley. I'm a first-year college student here at Cal State Monterey Bay, and I'm working with the Monterey County Free Libraries as a part of my service learning program. Today, I'm going to be teaching everyone watching how to introduce themselves in ASL and just some basic overall conversation starters. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So to start, I'm going to be teaching some very basic ASL greetings and conversation starters. I will be putting a list up here on the screen, and we're just going to go through them one by one. Take it nice and slow. So the very first sign we're going to be learning is hello. It's just a very simple wave. There's nothing fancy about it, and this can even be known as something that's an iconic sign. An iconic sign is something you don't even really need to know ASL in order to be able to figure out how to sign it. So it's just a basic wave. Hello. The next sign we're going to be learning is a variation of signs that can all kind of flow together. So we're going to take this part extra slow, but the first part is going to be good morning. So the way you sign this, you take two closed 5 hand shapes. This is a sign for good. Okay, I'll sign it from the side, from your chin down into your non-dominant hand. Good. From there, once you sign good, your dominant hand, this hand right here, it's just gonna come up underneath. Good morning. Put it all together. Good morning. That is the second sign we just learned. So the next 2 variations of this sign we're going to be learning is good afternoon and good evening. So just like we learned, this is a sign for good. You're going to use that same sign for these next 2 phrases. So now that we know good afternoon will be signed like this. You're going to take your non-dominant arm, just lay it flat in front of you. You're going to take your dominant hand and put it right on top. And the reason for this is because typically at this time of day, the sun is at its peak, it's right above us. So it's good afternoon. The next sign we are going to be learning is good evening. So we take that same sign, we take good. Now what we're gonna do is that same non-dominant hand that's flat in front of us is gonna go back right here. Our dominant hand is gonna go out in front. So from the side, it'll look something like this. Good evening. Good evening. Now that we've established some very common and basic ASL greetings, we're going to move on to some more conversational starters. The first phrase we're going to learn is, how are you? And the way you sign this, obviously you take both hands, you're going to take your dominant hand and you're just gonna make a 1 or a D hand shape. You're gonna take these 2 hands, and your left hand is just gonna be in a fist. You're gonna take these 2 hands together, and you're gonna flip it over. How are you? So if you wanna practice putting everything we just learned together in a whole combination, you could say, good morning, how are you? And that's it. It's quite simple. The next phrase we're going to learn is nice to meet you. Now, there's going to be 3 new vocab words we learn within this sentence alone. The first one is going to be nice. We take those same close 5 hand shapes that we learned earlier. Non-dominant hand faces upwards like this. You take your dominant hand, you just slide it on top. This is the sign for nice. If I do it from the side, nice. The next phrase we're going to learn for this sentence is meet. You take those same, one hand shape or D hand shape, depending on how you like to phrase it in your mind, then you just go ahead and bring them together. This is the sign for meet. Now, it's really important that you keep your hand, like you keep the rest of your hand in a ball like this and not bring it outwards, because if you were to sign this instead, which is actually a very common mistake that people make, it can either mean date or dessert, depending on the context of the situation. So it's just important to remember to always keep the rest of your fingers closed like this so that you sign it correctly when you are introducing yourself to someone. The next phrase we are going to learn to put this whole sentence together is you. Nice to meet you. Whenever you're signing you, it's just a simple point to the other person. This is a sign for you. This is the sign for me. This is very different from yours or mine, which we will go into in this next section. Now that we have learned some very simple greetings and some conversational starters, we're going to learn how to introduce ourselves. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a difference in signs between you and yours, or me and mine. That is because some things are going to be possessive to you. A big one being your name. Your name belongs to you and you only, even no matter how common your name is. When you're introducing yourself, it's my name, it's mine, not me, it's my name, it's your name. So that's just an important thing to know now. It's okay, people, make mistakes when they mean to say mine, they tend to point to themselves. It's okay, but it's just important to know the difference between those two signs because this is actually a possessive sign. Mine, yours. It's a part of ASL structure and grammar. Now, when introducing yourself, now that we know the sign for mine, or mine, now we're going to learn the sign for name. Now, if you know your alphabet, you would know that this is an H hand shape. You're going to take those two H hand shapes, you're going to put one on top of the other and do a double tap. This is the sign for name. Do it from the side, name. Now, if we put all that together into one sentence, it would be my name is Presley. Now, this is just an important reminder to always be practicing your finger spelling, especially in situations like this, so that your name just flows pretty easily, and that you don't get stuck or a bit confused when signing your own name. Finger spelling can be tedious for anyone at any level, so it's just important to always be continuing to practice your ABCs. That is it for today. I hope you all learned something new and enjoyed this video. We will continue to build on our skills next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all continue to come back and be a more active member in our free library and all the amazing resources it has to offer.